Okay, so the theme for this FaDe deck is just to use the Wicked God cards. The Wicked Dreadroot, Avatar, and Eraser. So what I thought I would do is just throw them into my Nimble Frog engine, which I use to get out Obelisk, or any other 3 tribute monsters super easy. It's just, these cards, they're just not very good. Like, once they come out, they don't really do stuff. I mean, they're not really bad, per se. They're just not really all that worth it to bring out the 3 tributes for them. I mean, I guess if I actually threw in a couple of other useful cards, like some Shadow Monarchs or an actual, like, Obelisk, they would be fine to supplement, but being the sole win condition of this deck, it's just not that great. Dreadroot, she's just a 4,000 beat stick, and he halves the attack and defense of all monsters on the field, including your own. He's pretty nice, actually, if you have Bound of the Bound Creator out, though, because he's a 4,000 beat stick who can't be beat over. And with Mound, your opponent can't really do anything to him, but as long as your opponent takes out Mound, they can take care of the Dreadroot pretty easily because he has no other defensive protection. So any monster, fact, spell, or trap card can take him out. Wicked Avatar is a little bit more protection since your opponent can't activate spell or trap cards for 2 turns after you bring him out. And his attack and defense are always 100 points higher than any monster on the field. So he can't be destroyed by battle, and he's really fun with Mound out, for the same reason he gets protection with Dreadroot, but also since he can destroy any monster, since his attack and defense are always higher than everything else. Mound, you can just whittle down your opponent if they decide to throw a mountain of defense vision monsters at you, which is usually something that doesn't happen in decks because you're able to kill your opponent before then, but this deck can't really do that. So you'll just burn them for 1,000 damage every turn. And then you got the Wicked Eraser, who's probably the worst of the bunch. He gains 1,000 attack for every card your opponent controls on the field. If it was just every card they controlled in general, like cards in their hand too, I think he'd be a lot better. But since it's just cards on the field, his attack doesn't really go all that high. His second effect, if he's destroyed, you can destroy all cards in the field. That's fine and everything, but I think you'd really have to build a deck around that, which this deck does not like to destroy the field all that often. Because I kind of like some of my cards being on the field, like Mound or some of my few trap cards. But it's not that big of a deal if the field does get destroyed. You can also choose to destroy your Wicked Eraser by his own effect, to just destroy all the cards on the field. So you can choose to trigger his Black Rose effect whenever you want. Not that you really want to, though, considering all the resources you have to use to bring him out. And then I just threw in the calculator for fun because all these guys are level 10 monsters, so his attack goes up pretty high.
You